Hey everybody, it's Alan Day again here, and I'm going to read off the question for this week. What are your ideas for expanding the renewable energy economy, creating green jobs, and accelerating progress towards a sustainable future? And I addressed this. The first thing that I thought of was that the government needs to be committed to investment in this industry, tax breaks, tax incentives, and etc. I don't want to sound too leftist, but I think that's the key thing that drives, that impulses, and I think the US has done a reasonable job with this, and the European countries as well. Um, First thing I thought of also was Spain as a great example of how renewable energy can really break through and do well. Spain is ranked fourth worldwide in 2008 for investment in renewables, and you notice it when you visit. It has wind farms, sorry, all over. And I remember being at the top of this castle on a cliff, and you look out and everything's wind farms. I think the reason that renewables are doing so well in Spain is because there's a less powerful oil lobby. Repsol is the only major oil company in Spain, and it's been moving into renewables, kind of changing with the market. You also see successful companies that are based on renewables in Spain. Iberdrola is mainly wind power, and it's in charge of a lot of Spain's power grid. It's very successful. Um, that being said, I think you can't discredit the US in all of this because if Spain is a model, which it is, the US is really not far behind it. Total energy production in Spain based on renewables was 12.5%. It was 11.7% in the US, so there's not a huge discrepancy. And you do see some companies like Iberdrola in the United States. I looked up Clean Energy Corporation, and it's a US based company, and it's actually doing similarly. What I'm doing right now is I'm looking up the stock charts for Iberdrola to show you just how it's doing. Um, it's shaky, of course, but if you look at it, any company has been doing about that well or not well in the past, few years because of debt crises and whatnot. Here's the Clean Energy Corporation. It's based in the US. And I want to show you finally the chart for Total, which is the biggest French oil company at the time. As you can see, no, like that. Sorry about the glare. They're doing similarly right now, which lends credibility to the whole renewables industry because I think people are convinced that it can perform on par with the oil industry. It's really, people are starting to learn that it can happen. They have more confidence in it. People are willing to invest more. And I think Bill Clinton talked about this in his book a lot. The venture capitalists that are behind a lot of this renewables. And I think right now there's not enough confidence in it yet, but it's going to grow. Now, in the developing world, really quick, because I'm running out of time, I think he talked about the International Finance Corporation, development banks, things like that. I think that's going to play a huge role in developing renewables in developing countries. And I think that it's going to be based on sort of like the socket example, smaller, local-based energy um, concepts. I think people are going to develop their own energy in sustainable ways on a local level if it's going to succeed, because it's more difficult to cater to developing country on a large scale, and I think there's more potential for it to grow if it starts off in pockets. So that's my perspective on this. I'm going to cut off now because I'm over on my time, so I apologize. Thank you all. Have a great day.